right into another one. Two screws we need to get out, one right behind that tab, and we have another one down here in the door. There's a little slip over that one that you need to remove to get to it. But once you get these two screws out, we're going to be popping out the frame. So having a frame tool is going to be very handy and make the job a little easier. Just put it in the top edge, get that out of the way. And then the same thing for the rest of the door. It's just going to be little tabs that you can pop out. You can use a screwdriver also, but I would put some tape on it just so you don't damage anything. Make it a little softer on the tip. At the very end, what you're going to need to do is clear the door lock. So you'll just lift it straight up over that lock. You'll see the lock's loose after that. It's going to just fall. And you can reach down and get this connector disconnected and move the rest of the door out of the way. So right here, just squeeze that tab in, pull it backwards, wiggle it to the side if it's tight, get that out of the way. Now you can get back to where the regulator's at. Depending on how it failed, it could be in multiple places. This one, the motor's disconnected from the actual regulator, so it's not touching it at all. We'll have to manually kind of work with that window. So there's two screws in that little bracket that I just took off. Got that out of the way. The rest are going to be 10 millimeters. So we're going to go ahead, zip all the rest of the 10 millimeters out, get that done. I have a C-clamp at the top holding the window in place because the way it failed, the window's basically halfway down. So at this point, I need to be able to work with the regulator and then disconnect the window. So the C-clamp's going to allow me to hold that window in place. Now I can loosen it up. That way I can lower it and get the window disconnected. There's going to be two screws in it. And once you take the two screws out right there, that window will be loose. You can slide it back up, put it in the C-clamp to hold it in place, and install the new regulator. So from here, both of those bolts I pulled out of the window. Now I'm going to slide the window up, and I'll be able to put the C-clamp back into place and get back to work at the bottom. And you'll see this here, the regulator's pulling it out, the motor's disconnected, so that thing's toast. Motor's still inside, and it should be one piece. So right here you'll see I get the motor out. There's the new regulator, and that's how it should be, all connected. So we're going to get the new one popped in. And again, when you're in the position where your A, either window stopped working altogether, or B, it only goes one direction, most likely it's going to be the motor or the regulator. A lot of times they come in one piece, so you're going to be replacing it all together. You can replace just the motor in some cases, but I'm finding this vehicle, Chevy, even the dealership I'm going to doesn't have many parts, so you may want to get them all in one. But let's keep it moving here. So far I've just pushed these bolts back into the holes, and you'll see where they go. They slide right in, and the motor fits into a slot as well. At that point, you're just going to want to zip all the 10 millimeter bolts back in, and from here it's pretty much downhill. I'm not going to record putting the door back on. Essentially just squeeze it back in. We're going to do a nice test right here, just make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to, and we're back up and running, windows up and down. Let's get it.